Hi and welcome to my new moon reading of February 21. We have a new moon on February the 11th. In Europe it is around, I think, 8 o'clock in the evening. And it is a very remarkable new moon. I mean, every new moon or full moon are special, but for me this new moon is special because it is so positive. It is, I mean, we had a lot of dark and heavy stuff during 2020, and also the last new moon in Capricorn was quite heavy because it was conjunct Pluto, so it was again about going into the shadow or being confronted with the shadow or some form of purging, or themed around power and everything. But I feel like with this new moon in Aquarius it is very different. It is a real stellium of planets in Aquarius with the Sun and the Moon and Pallas Athena and Mercury, Jupiter, also Saturn is there, but it is unlike the last year where everything was in Capricorn. It was all about structure and structures that were dying because Saturn was closing in on Pluto. And this year it is very, very different because it is the stellium in Aquarius, and to me this is all, the energy is very sparkly. It is all about new ideas, new adventures, new developments in science. Yeah, like fairy dust in the air. I feel like this new moon will bring, as I said, new ideas, new possibilities, new adventures, new discoveries also about yourself, who you thought you were, or where you thought your life was going, where it might be actually going. But it seems like it is more positive. It is not like this kind of tower moment, like the tarot card tower, where everything falls apart and everything is destroyed. It is more like what is new, what is different, what adventure is awaiting. I'm curious, and it is very, it seems like a fun time for many people, especially for those who were born at the end of the air signs like Gemini, Aquarius or Libra, and also the fire signs. They also will feel it, or you have an ascendant there, or your MC or IC or even DC. You will feel this sparkly energy, this kind of new adventurous energy. It is also squaring Mars and Lilith in a wide conjunction to Uranus, which gives it even more Uranian, Aquarius energy, more, yeah, disruption. I mean, Mercury is in a retrograde during that time. Give things a second thought, and this also to me is shown in this square to Mars and Uranus and Lilith. With Mars Lilith there can be a little bit of anger. Why is it so difficult to materialize it? That makes me angry, that frustrates me, because I want to do it, and I want to do it now, and this all to use all this sparkly energy, so to speak. But it is with Mercury retrograde and with the square to Mars in Taurus, it is more about Mercury retrograde. Give it a second thought, don't rush it, because with Mercury retrograde you really might regret it afterwards. You need a second thought, you need to think twice before you act. And the square to Mars in Taurus says, I want to be able to do that for a longer period of time. I need a form of stability for this to really be successful. So I just can't rush and just be too adventurous. So I feel like there is a tension between really wanting to move fast and really wanting to change. I have so many ideas what I want to do, and what I want to create, and I almost would have liked to have it done yesterday. So it is this kind of really, yeah, as I said, it is a very sparkly adventurous energy in the air. But with Mars, or the square to Mars, it needs a little bit more rest, it needs a little bit more time. And with Mercury retrograde, I feel, yeah, as I said, give it a second thought. And because it is also conjunct Pallas Athena, and Pallas Athena is a goddess of strategy. She's very wise. Pallas Athena, that was born out of the head of Zeus, so she is the strategic one. She is the one that, yeah, takes her time and takes her time to study, to really find out what is the best solution, what do I need to do. And I need to be strategic, and I need to be structured in my mind. So I just can't just be too Aquarian, too one moment there, the other moment there, and maybe even this, and maybe even that. This kind of let's breathe, let's relax. I would suggest that you write down all your ideas, and that they don't get lost, because, as I said, it is a very positive and light energy. This new moon is very light, even though with Mercury retrograde it might be that, why isn't it going that fast, or maybe you jump on a train where you afterwards say, maybe it would have been better that I would have waited a little bit more. But generally, as I said, it is very light and very sparkly. Energetically, I feel like it will bring a lot of relief to this heaviness that was there for so long. As I said, things won't move as fast as we want it to be, but nevertheless, there is this light and this feeling that, yeah, life can be lighter again, and can be adventurous again, and there will be many discoveries, a lot of truth coming up. What else do I see? Oh yeah, I also see, I think the tightest square was in end of January, but it is still going on, that Neptune and Ceres are squaring the nodes. To me, this Neptune Ceres square the nodes is that the best way to use it is to really come home to your soul, and not so much trying to believe or trying to hang on to what is out there, because Neptune is all about the connection to the higher realms, to the higher dimension, and the connection to our soul, or a soul tribe. And I feel like this is a time to, yeah, be humble and say, okay, I have my ideas, I want to bring in the new. And Uranus is also, I mean, Uranus is higher awareness. It can, as I said, there can be a lot of truth being revealed. But Neptune is this kind of really coming home to your heart, coming home to your soul center. And with Ceres saying, okay, I realize that I'm in a human body, and that everything in this world is about cycles, and is about things that come and things that go, and that where there is loss in the next moment, there is joy of a new beginning. So it is always changing, but not being too attached to this world and to the outer appearances of this world, and to realize, okay, the best point to start is in the sacredness of our soul. The beauty is that this new moon has Juno on the south node, and with Juno it is about partnership, it is about relationships, it is about us connecting to others. And I mean, because Venus is also in the mix with this new moon, and it is squaring Mars, so I mean there is a little bit of tension, but the tension between Mars and Venus are also very often very sexual, very passionate. So I feel like it is also a time where many of us might have positive experience in the field of relationships, that something new is coming, or something with Juno on the south node, relationships that are from past lifetimes even, maybe. So this new moon will bring also new developments in relationships. So I will pull some cards also for the new moon. Okay, so the theme of this new moon, funny enough, is Grandmother Spider. is purifying garden, and is Venus. And Grandmother Spider is a card for me that is about the nodes of the moon and our destiny. It is, Grandmother Spider is a mythical figure for Native Americans, and Grandmother Spider is creating the web of life. So everything that is in her web, and every creation is part of her web. And with Venus and the purifying garden, I would say there is a theme around what I said about the astrology with Juno on the south node, faded encounters with people. And generally this Aquarius new moon is a very sparkly and very flirtatious energy, but not so much the most stable energies. But there is a square to Taurus. There might be a wish to materialize stability in these relationships. Maybe just one person, so there might be conflict, or maybe both, but then it needs time to ground this sparkly energy and to say, okay, how can we bring it into daily life? How can we bring this kind of love, or this, how can we bring this kind of romance and this passion into daily life, into daily affairs? And with this purification energy, there might be some karmic relationships that come, or karmic encounters. It might be a moment to say, okay, from the soul perspective, I would like to do it different this time. I know we have a connection, and I know that we have a journey together, but let's do it different than it has been. So it is also about purification. What is in the past, the truth, it is the moon, and it is Vesta. We come out of a time with the past new moon, with Pluto and the moon and the sun in Capricorn, with confronting our deepest truth and really shedding the old skin, everything that is not needed, or what is false and what does not work, and to say, okay, if I want to relate to something new in my life, I need to be truthful, I need to be honest. And the moon, I can only nourish myself and others if I'm truthful. It doesn't serve me if I'm trying to build my life on lies. So, and Vesta is all about healing. She's connected to Virgo, and she's all about healing and about how can I bring new, because it's Virgo, new structures into my life that serve healing, and those structures that serve the light in us. Virgo is the priestess. Virgo is the one that brings in the light and holds the light. I think we had a realization in the recent past that if we want to nourish ourselves and others, we do it best when we are truthful. The future, it is about Inanna. It is about Pachamama, and it is about a vision quest. And to me, Inanna is a very wise goddess that really says, okay, we might not always agree, but because I know who I am, and because I really value who I am, I can value you, and I can make compromises, not out of weakness, not out of fear, but because I know who I am. She is able to compromise, as I said, because she's strong. And Pachamama and Vision Quest is the realization that we are all on a journey to materialize what we came here to be. What I said in the beginning with Neptune and Ceres, this kind of, this new moon, even though it is very sparkly and very light and very adventurous, it is best used when we come home to the center of our soul and to say, okay, what is my soul's purpose in this? Not only what is sparkly, that's beautiful to watch, and I can really enjoy that, but my soul is more than the sparkles I experience right now. My soul the perspective of my soul is different, and when I come into the perspective of my soul, I come into my true power, and when I come into my true power, I come into my true ability to love and to connect and to materialize what is Pachamama, materialize something new. But I have to go on a vision quest, and to me this is interesting, because with every new encounter with other people, or with everything adventurous, or everything unexpected that comes into our life, it would be wise to realize, but what is this for me, and to realize it on our own before we come back into connection. And this is interesting to me because this new moon is during a Mercury retrograde. So maybe Mercury retrograde in Aquarius is saying, okay, you want to move forward, and we will move forward, and we will move forward quickly, and we bring in new things into our lives. But we should find time and ask, is this really in alignment with my soul? And then I can move forward quickly, I can materialize quickly, and I can come into beautiful connections with others. Yeah, I think that was it for this February new moon. I wish you a very sparkly and miraculous new moon, and I hope that you have a wonderful time. Namaste and bye.